Last night, we got to see the debut of not only Jihaad Campbell, but also Smael Mondon, two guys that I was really excited to watch during this year's preseason. Now, Game 1 is officially in the books versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and what I wanted to do is kind of break down some of the film that we saw from those two guys specifically. Now, if you want a part 2 to this video where maybe I break down someone on offense, Tanner McKee, Darius, whoever it may be, let me know in the comments. Johnny Wilson had a good game. Let me know who you want me to break down or what you want me to break down. Offense, defense, individual player. Let me know in the comment section. And with that being said, let's take a look at Jihaad Campbell's first tackle here in the NFL. We're going to see him actually turn his back and watch this tight end over the middle of the field. And we're going to get kind of like a stop route here. We're going to get like an in over here. And I believe we get another stop route over here. Running back is going to kind of leak out into an angle route over the middle. Okay, so that's basically what the offense is running. And we're going to see Jihaad Campbell kind of take a step back and watch this tight end. So as his ball snapped, he's kind of going to turn his back. He's going to focus all of his attention on this tight end. They don't want him to get open over the middle quickly, right? So he covers him, and once he kind of passes him on to this deep safety right here, he turns back. Once he turns back, he realizes, okay, locates the ball, and then look at this, goes, makes a hit, drives him back a little bit. I like the instincts here. Obviously need to be a little bit better, over here and covering the middle of this space. Not him clearly, right, but the defense in general. But I like his instincts to turn right around after the pass off and go make a play. Hit him, drive him back. Again, need to see a little bit more. Not be allowing this. We got to be a little bit more, decisive. Get there quicker. But I think Jihad Campbell has a good rep here. Good tackle. For the first time live tackling, probably. Not bad. Right, now, obviously, I'm not going to come in here and show you all of the good plays by Jihaad Campbell, all the good plays of Smael Mondon. We need to talk about the things that maybe were mistakes. And now, this is a really good play. Really good play, but makes a mistake, okay? So, he's going to be kind of sending it through that B gap, or at least trying to blitz through that B gap. They're going to hand it off up that right side, so it ends up being just a perfectly timed play for Jihaad Campbell here. But as he makes contact, right, he does a really good job. First of all, right here, if he ended it right here, he does a great job reading, reacting, and then attacking. Not overcommitting, but keeping his eyes on the running back in the backfield, just in case if he were to break it this way or break it to the outside here, we would be able to disengage and go get it instead of him just overcommitting early. But what happens is he gets the hands too high and starts disrupting the face mask a little bit here. Grabs the face mask. You can't be doing that. We don't need to go that high when we're engaging. Okay, now it's just because he's so strong. You can see the guard kind of lower his center of gravity a little bit. But ultimately, you can't do that. But again, does a great job disengaging and wrapping up with one arm. Seems like a very physical type of player here in Jihaad Campbell, and I think he's going to be a perfect fit for this defense. Don't get me wrong. But again, those mistakes are ones that kill a team, right? I mean, they're already driving, already getting into enemy territory here. And you get a nice stop, right? They only gain 1-2 yards on this play. Boom, now they get a free first down from it. I really do like Jihaad Campbell's ability to play physical. I mean, I feel like he is giving it his all on every single play, which is exactly what we need to see out of him. And right here, they come out in 11 personnel. You see one running back in the backfield, one tight end kind of lining up over or under the right guard and right tackle. Now, again, they're just going to hand this off. A little bit of a misdirection. Opens up to the opposite side. Hands it off to the right. And instead of him, again, just running straight into the offensive lineman, he's reading the play, okay? He's reading the running back. Which way are you going to go? Because, again, if you overcommit down and this guy comes, boom, right? Could be a big play. Obviously, in this case scenario, that's not what he wants to do. But ultimately, he's going to hit this gap. Okay, instead of overcommitting, he's going to bounce off the guard and then boom, go make a tackle on the ball carrier. Again, they're getting chunk plays, but I feel like Jihaad Campbell's instincts, right, are good. As a linebacker, you need to be able to read, react, and then attack. Right here, you see Smael Mondon. He kind of overcommits. So, I don't want to say it's not what you want to see because he's just trying to plug the gap, right? But you see him overcommit and it allows his running back to bounce this to the other side. Don't want to say Smael Mondon did a bad job there at all. Plugging the gap. Plugging that A gap, right? They just do a really good job kind of maintaining him there. But Jihad Campbell, great job bouncing off that guard. Or that tackle. I don't know who that is. But maybe it's a center, actually. Yeah, center tries to get to the second unit. Okay, not a bad play there by Jihad Campbell. Let's see some more Smael Mondon here. Looks like once again, got 11 personnel. I think there's a tight end down here. So they're going to find the tight end early on this play, RPO. So boom. Pretty much reading. We got a quick little stick here. We got the flat here. We're reading this guy. They bite down that flat, hit that early. Smael Mondon kind of bites down on that run fake a little bit. And they hit that window quickly. Does come back and make a tackle. So on this play specifically, he does overcommit to that run fake, which ultimately allows the tight end to be open for a split second there. But might need to work on that ability to read, react, and attack. Maybe just sit for a second, wait for them to actually make that decision. Because if you sit there, right, if you sit right here and wait for them to make that decision real quick, that no longer is really open like that, right? Because he can play that. But again, it's a quick decision by the quarterback, man. Offense makes a good play. Linebacker bites up just a little bit prematurely and allows that gap to be open for, 8-9 yard pickup for the offense. Okay, you see some improvement here. Now we got Smael Mondon and Jihaad Campbell as your two linebackers. I believe Jeremiah Trotta got a lot of the early reps here for the Eagles. Now we're going to get this handoff. Again, dude, Jihaad Campbell is great. This is exactly what you want to see, and this is why they drafted him. His ability to read, react, and attack is perfect. Exactly what you want to see. He's not over-committing early. He's waiting until the running back picks and chooses a hole. Okay, and it's very different from Smael Mondon, who, again, I don't think he's doing a bad job. He's trying to kind of clog the gap there, right? He's trying to put a hat on a hat and see if he can allow a teammate, right, to go make the tackle. But look at Jihad Campbell. Watch how he's not over-committing. A lot of young guys in this specific situation, you know what they would do? Is they would try to attack this gap and try to get there early. But once they cut this up the field, you're not in position, and now they have a big-time gain, right? So instead of him over-committing, his eyes are just on the running back. Which way are you going to go? Because there's three ways this running back can go. He could, maybe even four. He can bounce it here. He can maybe bounce this to the outside. He can bounce it up the middle. Bounce it over here, right? There's 4 different ways to go. So if you overcommit to one, he's just going to use the other one, right? So Jihad Campbell waits. He reacts, look at him, avoid, and go make a play. This is going to put him in a lot of really good situations to maybe create fumbles. Again, don't mind it. Again, Smael Mondon doesn't do a bad job. He takes away an offensive lineman from them. Now, let me know in the comments what you think. We'll probably break down a couple more plays. Hit the like button, subscribe for more of these Eagles videos, right? But let me know what you guys think. Give me some letter grades of Smael Mondon and Jihad Campbell so far from what we've seen. Okay, another play here from Smael Mondon. Looks like Jihad Campbell's night is over. Now, we're just dropping back into a little bit of a zone here. Trying to turn back, look at the quarterback's eyes. They dump it down. Smael Mondon does a great job kind of keeping this guy in front of him for the most part and wrapping up. Good change of direction here. Not a bad play for Smael Mondon, okay? This is a good coverage. I like Smael Mondon's ability in coverage at times. Again, gets a little bit too overcommitted in certain situations, like that RPO. But right here, I think he does a good job holding him to 3 yards. I think he played that flat really well, right? But also, kind of plays 3 routes. Okay, and maybe not on purpose, but he plays this, right? He's in front of that. He's playing that pretty well, but he's also in distance to cover that as well. So I think right here does a good job fitting into that zone and going to make a play. Again, keeping him in front of him. Good change direction, good tackle, good wrap. Good play by Smael Mondon. Okay, another play here. Jeremiah Trotter back in the game. for this defense. Looks like he got some more action. They're an 11 personnel, single back set. They're going to motion a wide receiver in line to the right of the running back, and then just going to hand it off to the left here to, I believe, Taj Brooks. Again, Smael Mondon immediately, first step is forward, commits to this run game, which again, in this case scenario, ends up working out for him. But he commits. He is going to break down, which is good. This is what I want to see. I want to see that ability to read, react, and not overcommit. He could have easily said, okay, let me go plug that gap. Let me get to 66, and let me just sit there. But again, this is going to break to the outside. We do not want to go engage with an offensive lineman up the middle if this run's going to the left. So instead of engaging, he stays disengaged, right? Boom, bounce off, and go make a play. No need to run into that brick wall. No need to overcommit downhill when they might break to the outside. So again, good job here. More of that guy who is playing conservative. Let's go make a tackle. Instead of plugging that gap, let's go make a play. Great job disengaging there off 66. That's what you want to see. Keep those arms extended. Don't go into, what they want. They want to drive you back. Keep those arms extended. Keep that distance, and then boom, rip off. Go make a play. Here we go. This might be the last one we break down again. You got Trotter. You got Smael Mondon here as your linebackers. You get some pre-snap motion. We can already see linebackers are motioning just a little bit, right? They're stacked to the right. They motion. We got to move a little bit. Boom. Perfect job. Exactly what you're supposed to do here. Now we're going to hand it off. You see 67. You see a pulling guard. Boom. And then this guy's going to pull as well. So most likely it's a run to the left, but you always have to be wary of the misdirection. Always have to be wary of the misdirection here. They are going to keep this up the middle. Smael Mondon, again, he's engaged. Arms are outstretched here, but he's also keeping his eye on the running back. Disengage, go make a play. Perfect job. That's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see here. Again, look at the arms. Look at the arms extended. Right? He does engage, but that's just in case. Goes up this hole. He wants to be at least close. And then, boom, rips off. Great job. I like that play strength. So we are going to end the video here. Now, overall, I think they played well. I know a lot of those plays for the offense were, chunk plays. I guess you could say 5, 6, 7 yards. I guess not technically a chunk, but a good set of yards. Some of them were really good by Jihaad Campbell. Some of them were really good by Smael Mondon. Some of them weren't great. But, again, they're rookies. I thought overall, the physicality that Jihaad Campbell played with in this game, I thought is perfect. I think he is a perfect player to come in and fit in while Nakobe Dean is getting healthy. And I think Smael Mondon has some potential. So I am excited about Smael Mondon. Does have some improvement to do. But love that ripoff. But